them as well. So we are now at the midpoint for our third presentation. And next up, we're going to invite Soul Sensor. And Soul Sensor is trying to solve the problem that we know is such a big issue, particularly here in Texas, of small children being left in cars unattended. So let's welcome out Soul Sensor.
Hi, we're Soul Sensor.
Hi, I'm Carolyn Cooper, and I'm the CEO.
I'm Jack Powell, the CTO.
I'm Talia Selsky, the COO.
And I'm Wimberly Kerbo, the CMO.
And we're the founders of Soul Sensor. We are a business that wants to eliminate the number of deaths from children being left unattended in the cars. We eliminate the number of deaths by providing a sensor that fits perfectly underneath your child's car seat and will alert you if you have left your child unattended in the cars. We are pulling for busy parents that want to alleviate one stressful thing in their life, the safety of their child. So if you ever feel like your brain is just not in it, let Soul Sensor be your brain.
In the past 20 years, 700 children have died due to having a heat stroke in a car and being left alone. Our goal is to decrease that number and eventually eliminate it completely. We plan on reaching our goal through our solution, which is a weight sensor pad that goes underneath the padding of a child's car seat, and it Bluetooth connects to a keychain. And so when you walk 20 feet away from the car, while weight is detected on the sensor, the keychain sends you an alert warning you that there's weight on the sensor. Our customer segment are parents of young children ages 0 to 5, and our early adopters are new parents. Our total addressable market is $1.8 billion. We got this number by taking the total number of children in the US ages 0 to 5 and multiplying it by the price of our product, which is $75. Our serviceable addressable market is 300 million, and we got this amount from multiplying the number of newborns in the US by 75.
So we have two main competitors that we were competing with. The first one is called SenseLife, and the other one is called Evenflow. SenseLife is a product where you put a sensor underneath the padding of a car seat, and then you also attach a device to the driver's side door. And once the driver exits the vehicle, it chimes and lets the driver know that there's still a child in the car. And we've heard complaints from about this product because the sensor that goes underneath the padding is quite bulky and it sort of sticks out against the child and it's not very comfortable for the child. And then our other competitor, Evenflow, is a car seat manufacturer, and they use the latch system to notify whenever your child is still in the car. And basically that system works when you let your child into the car, buckle them up, it sends a signal to the car, and once the car ignition is turned off, then the device will alert you that your child is still in the car. We've heard some complaints about this because the device itself is sort of hard to use. You have to push a couple buttons and plug it in. It's a little confusing, and the thing itself is very plasticky and bulky, so parents are complaining about that. So we've made sure our product is very easy to use and comfortable for the child. We've made sure it's comfortable because our sensor is surrounded in lots of padding and foam. That way it's comfortable for the child. And then we've also made it very easy to use because all you have to do is place the sensor underneath the padding. And once you do that, once the child sits on the car seat, all you have to do is walk 20 feet away and the alarm will go off on the keychain. So that's why for our MVP, we decided to demonstrate how our product works. So all you have to do is you take your sensor, you place it underneath the car seat like so. And now that the child is sitting in the car seat, she is sending a signal to the Bluetooth keychain. And if you walk more than 20 feet away from the car seat, an alarm will start to go off. So this is the alarm. And once you walk back in the radius of around 20 feet, the alarm will stop. And that way you have time to go to your child and get them out of the car.
Revenue streams. We plan to spend the first 6 months of our first year researching and developing our product. For the second 6 months of our first year, we plan to bring our product to market. We plan to price our product at around $75. This will come with the keychain and the weight sensor. After a year, your warranty will be up on your keychain, and we will recommend that you buy a new keychain for $30. This new keychain will have a new battery, be more advanced, and be more modern and sleek. This is our 5-year revenue and profit profile. As you see, we have a conservative growth in years 1 and 2. But in years 3, 4, and 5, we see almost a 500% growth. We got this number from looking at our competitors. We believe we can grow this much or more.
For marketing in the first year, we plan on spending $700, and for this year 2, we plan on spending $6,000. The reason we're only spending $700 in year 1 is because, like Carolyn said, we plan on spending the first 6 months on research and development, and so we don't want to get our product out there too much before we have everything just the way we want it. And so in year 2, the $6,000, we'll be spending it on social media, flyers, newspapers, going to baby stores, blogs, and any way we can to help spread our name out.
So for the cost of goods sold, to produce our product, which comes in a package with the weight sensor and the Bluetooth keychain, to make that, it costs $23 to make. And then for future years, when we're just selling the keychain to customers, it costs $6 to make, and we sell the keychain by itself for $30 and the package by itself for $75.
Gross profit margin. We plan to sell our packaged product and see a 69.3% gross profit margin. For our yearly keychain, we see an 80% gross profit margin.
And for our first year, for our net profit margin, we have a 69.4% net profit margin, and for years 2 and 3, we have a 69.7% net profit margin. And for our SG&A costs, for our first 2 years, for our second year, we are spending $9,200 on administrative costs and $6,000 on marketing. And marketing will be spent towards flyers, magazines, bloggers, and lots more. And administrative, we will be mostly spending it on legal fees and insurance.
To be successful, we are seeking $55,000. With this money, we will help pay for our startup costs as well as our first and second year costs. Some of these costs include our legal fees, marketing, and research and development. And our exit strategy is to sell our company to a well-known car seat company such as Graco after year 5.
So, you may be thinking, is this product worth it? Well, if it saves the life of even one child, that's priceless.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, great job. And judges, just a reminder that you need to keep the mic really close to your mouth so everybody can hear you well.
Okay.
Why don't we start at the other end since we keep going this way?
Yeah. Okay.
Start over here? Okay. I just was wondering about your distribution model for the product. Is it, website based? Is it going to be in retail stores? How do you anticipate getting the product into retail stores?
So we plan to sell our product directly from our website. People can go on and order it.
And currently, we have somebody in one of the comp sci classes coding our website, so it'll be ready to launch soon.
And just a quick follow-up. So when you were, and I congratulate you for actually looking at what the competitors did in terms of their economic performance, because you had much more realistic projections than we've seen today.
Thank you.
But in terms of their model and how they sell their product, how does that compare? And
They also sell their product directly from their website.
okay, very
And a
good.
couple of them, very few, are selling to retail stores, but mostly, like Karen said, it's through their website.
Very good.
How does your price point compare to your competitors?
So mostly, they are pricing a little higher than ours. So some of them have a couple more features, like some of them say the temperature or stuff like that. We wanted to just make it basic and just do the function so we could price it down. And most of them are like $100, so we priced a little lower. That way we can get more for our money.
So I have 2 questions. One, keeping with my theme, tell me about the team, because I'm always interested in the team. How many of you are graduating and moving on? How many are staying?
We're graduating. I'm going to University of Arkansas, and I'll be in the Walton School of Business.
Okay.
And I'm going to Texas State, and I'll be in this business school. And so I'll also be able to come down if they ever need help or anything.
And I'll help from Arkansas, however I can.
There you go.
And we're both juniors, and we're actually missing a 3rd junior tonight.
And we'll both be staying and
Yes.
going to the accelerator
Great.
program.
Thank you.
Welcome.
So my second question is, how did you get comfortable with the demand for this or the need for this? Did you go out and spend time with people in this community or other communities and sort of run this value proposition by them? and do get some sort of primary data?
Earlier in the year, we had a survey that we posted on all of our Facebooks, and our parents also posted them. And a lot of people came back that they thought this idea was so great. And we went out to different stores and things in our community, like dance studios, and they said that this was a great product and they would certainly buy it.
Okay, thank you.
Very nicely done. I'm moved by your presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I had two questions. One was that first 6 months, you mentioned if you get funding, you'll be doing a lot of research and development. Tell us more about what that actually includes, and how will you know when you really have what you think you need to move forward with?
So we did that. We are researching and developing our first 6 months because we want to make sure that this product is always working and will never fail. And we're also just researching the prices of the components that are going into the actual device, and we're just again checking to make sure it works every single time.
And also patenting our product too.
Yes.
Which one of you would be leading that process of really determining when you're ready?
I would probably most likely be doing
Most
that.
likely.
Yes.
The other quick question is just about your competitors again, and thank you for including so much information about them. But how long have they been in business? Just curious how far they are along in their journeys.
It ranges. I don't know the exact answer to that, but the SenseLife is a fairly new company. They started out late 2000s, and then Evenflow, they've been they started at 2000s, early 2000s. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, thank
Off
you.
of memory.
Great presentation, guys, and I think you hit a spot. And every parent was always so worried about their child. So very good in terms of insights. You're very specific about your keychain, and I was interested to understand a little bit more about how you derive that. So the keychain, every year you would sell people a new keychain. Usually people just buy a battery. Why to replace the battery that would go bad in the keychain? How was that decision made? Did you talk to people about that? Because that is certainly different than how other models work.
So we decided that just looking at how much technology is advancing these days, just yearly, the Bluetooth connection can be more than 20 feet. So just having a new keychain that maybe goes further or just is smaller.
And also add to that, we're not necessarily going to make it a longer range because that would defeat the purpose. If you walk a mile, then it wouldn't go off. But we're going to make sure the Bluetooth connectivity is a stronger connection. That way, you have little to no chance of it disconnecting and not working.
Great, thank you.
Welcome.
Is there one more?
Yeah. One more that's kind of bugging me. You talked about G&A costs. I think the first year, kind of initially of I think it was $9,000 or something up there, and you talked about that was to cover G&A and legal costs and other stuff. And I'm concerned for you about I'll give you some advice. Don't go talk to the lawyers that I deal with, because there's no way you'll get anything done for $9,200. Okay?
So we'll definitely be making sure that price is always fluctuating. So we could probably research a little more on that and make sure it's available for the lawyers.
All right, great. Well, let's give a big round of applause. Come on down and shake the hands of the judges. Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
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 Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.